Heading out of St Helier, Jack Bailey is one of Jersey's youngest skippers. But any youthful enthusiasm has long since been replaced by the worry and stress that comes with trying to scrape a living from an industry that's been squeezed relentlessly over the years. Add to that French counterparts seemingly just as desperate and determined to fish Jersey's waters whether they have the right to or not, and tensions here are the highest they've been in many years.
Certain boats have had a lot of problems with the French. It's just like an outright war, you know. It's a shame, because, I mean, they are our neighbours and we do get on with certain boats.
The row that's currently raging centres on the granting of licences to fish Jersey's waters in the post-Brexit deal between the EU and the UK. Speaking to islanders, many tell me they feel caught in the middle. They were never given a vote over Brexit, yet they're dealing with the everyday consequences of the deals hatched in its aftermath. Well over 100 fishing licences are about to be handed to French boats, way more than ever fished these waters before, according to islanders. And yet the French are furious because more than 70 licence applications are being rejected. Senior government ministers in Paris are even threatening to cut off electricity supplies to Jersey in retaliation.
That is not something that you expect a G7 nation to do. They should be sitting down round the table, looking at the evidence. If vessels have got evidence that they've fished in our waters for that period, they're entitled to a licence. But let's equally be clear, if they haven't, they are not entitled to a licence, and we would be breaching the trade deal if we gave them a licence.
The government here certainly hopes the threats from Paris won't materialise. But even a partial shutdown of the interconnectors between here and France would prove extremely disruptive to island life. The government here has drawn up contingency plans with Jersey Electricity, and should the worst happen with the French either reducing or cutting off power supplies, they're confident that the power station here at La Colette will be able to meet demand for a while at least.
We do lobster pots and crab pots. We have to get a living out of it. You've got to do on your own 300 pots a day, which is difficult.
Like his fellow fishermen on Jersey, Paul Bizek believes that many of their French counterparts are simply chancing their arm in a way that's threatening the Jersey fishing industry's very existence.
They're going to rape our seas, they're going to rob us blind, and we're going to be out of business.
Back in May, Royal Naval vessels were called to Jersey to help after French boats blocked the harbour at St Helier, and many here fear they're about to return. Last time round, authorities told local fishermen to stand down and not confront the French. But if it happens again, all bets are off.
No, I think a lot of the Jersey fishermen will react this time, because the trouble is Jersey's not just fighting another island over something. You're fighting a nation, so you're not. I mean, it is a hard one, but I don't think Jersey fishermen will take no more of this.
I mean, if they want to come back and blockade this time, we will be there for them to stop them coming in, and the results will be the result. If some of us have to go to jail, well, we'll have to go to jail, because...
You feel that strongly?
We do, yeah. We're losing our livelihoods, and if our government had a bit of backbone, I'm sure it would help us.
Mark Drellod has fished these waters for 3 decades. He's good friends with some of the French skippers. If it comes to confrontation, he says the most sensible option would be to stay in port.
I think if they're angered like they are at the moment, it'll be very worrying, because you know, if our boats do go out and try and battle with them, or, you know, try and stand our ground with them, that they might get angered and ram our boats, which are a lot bigger than our boats.
All sides here hope calmer heads will prevail, but these are uncertain times where the plight of fragile fishing communities continues to stoke intense emotions on both sides of the channel. Mark White, GB News, Jersey.